What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a good day. Unlike our friend Lacari over here, who has been caught doing something which is, well, downright illegal, and to be quite frank with you, from the looks of it, his life is completely over. At this point in time, there is no excuse, there's absolutely nothing that he can do. And for those of you who haven't been in the loop, or for those of you who are like late to the news, the best way to describe this is simple. He had illegal material regarding minors, and while it was exposed live on camera, and there's nothing he can do about it. There's nothing he can do to recover from it. And I thought maybe perhaps we can go through some of the situation, and I can give my own thoughts on the what's happening with him. So let's go.
K feeds. Let me at least add a way to the list of champions that I like.
Now, for those of you unaware, effectively a text document pops up over here. Fortunately, it is censored, so less work for me to do over there. And it says folders, couples, teens, and then this green box has got a whole bunch of links to it. On the top right, you say JBT video, which stands for jail, and you can finish the rest regarding adult content or not so adult content of underage individuals, which is illegal, by the way. And now you look at his face, you can see exactly the point in time where his soul effectively leaves his body. At this point in time, he fully realizes that his life, his career is over. And you see, the thing that I don't understand, the thing that gets to me the most is he is living the life of so many people that so many people dream of, people that work their butts off and never get to it. But a lot of those people, I mean, I know of some people personally who wanted this kind of lifestyle when they were in their 20s, and they, even though they tried to attain it, they're now in their 30s and they never even made it. They never even made partnership. They never got monetized. They completely failed at it. And this guy effectively was living the dream life. He effectively had what I think would most people in the modern day era who use the internet, who play video games, who live stream would have wanted. And this man threw it away because he went beyond level 99. He went ultra instinct gooner for whatever reason. And now there is a second clip as well where I want to actually point out he kind of tries to weasel his way out of how it got into his computer. But to be quite frank with you, there is zero explanation that beyond the fact that he intentionally did this. He cannot shift this onto somebody else as much as he's trying to.
How does it end up there? Okay, let me explain what happened. All right? I was surfing a site. Okay? The shit got downloaded. Like, I didn't trigger a fucking download. It just got downloaded. I opened up the fucking text document. I saw what was in it. I deleted the text document. I deleted it. But the problem with Windows 11 is that even if you delete the text document, it apparently still stays there. So it was still there after I deleted it. I've told you guys 1,000 times that's what happened.
Now, unfortunately, you can see from his reaction, the way his demeanor is, the spazzing out, the rage behind it. This usually happens to a person when they are caught doing something that they're not supposed to do. And it's usually when they are caught in a lie as well. Now, I'm only saying this from my own personal experience in my own career. There's a few things that I've seen people do. And, well, this is how they tend to behave whenever they get caught in a lie and they can't escape. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. At this point in time, there's absolutely nothing he can do to recover from this. He's already been banned off of Twitch. He's been banned off of Kick. And from what I understand, he's also started to blame other people for the situation. Now, I do understand that Asmongold had also sent him a text, apparently, DM'd him to basically do this on a different PC. And then Asmongold later clarified that he had no idea what the content was. He just effectively looked at the censored version that we all saw and basically sent him a message afterwards. And to some extent, I do believe that. I mean, why would you want to intentionally risk your entire career defending somebody who effectively has illegal content on their PC? And then on X itself as well, there is a post by Lacari from January 23rd, which appears to be his last, most recent one, and it reads on screen as follows. During my last stream, I opened Notepad, which reveals a link. The list in the link included titles which suggested See Sam. Further down, I have never consumed this type of content, nor do I think it's acceptable. I decided to keep streaming in an effort to downplay the severity of the situation, which was deceptive. This was a mistake that I deeply regret and apologize for. The link gave access to abusive material to anyone to see. This is serious and harmful. I recognize that trivializing abuse material on stream is not okay and it can lead to real harm. It's my responsibility to provide safe space for my community and peers, which I fail to do. And yes, this all seems like PR speak at this point in time. I'm taking a real step to change my ways. I've admitted myself to a corn addiction recovery program that will last 30 days. During this time, I'll be able to work there while also receiving professional therapy and treatment for my addiction. Here's where the problem comes in. He's effectively equating an addiction to, well, the reason for why he did what he did. The problem you're going to have is maybe an addiction is true. Maybe that's what led him down this path. The problem you have with this, though, is it's illegal material. It doesn't change anything. Even if you were, for example, addicted to being a serial, life ender, you would be charged as one. It doesn't matter if that's your addiction. If it's illegal, it's illegal. It doesn't change anything. And it's not like he can even move to a different country or anything like that, because chances are he's going to probably end up on some sort of international list of criminals if he decides to flee America or go wherever in the world. Even if they don't have an extradition treaty, maybe Interpol will get involved and they probably want to arrest him, probably for being either in the possession or distribution of it. Obviously, after the investigation confirms this is all allegations, by the way. I'm not saying he does have this stuff, but the fact that he had links to it and these links were shared, that also does put him in a hell of a predicament, because from what I understand, sharing the stuff as well is also illegal, which he inadvertently did by exposing the link live on stream. More people gain access to it, which is, well, what the law is trying to fight against, and more people now have seen this stuff and have verified its contents, which is even more damning for him as well. Now, to be quite frank with you, going on into this rest of it, browsing H and Corn websites as an escape has been a serious problem for as long as I can remember. This treatment will come with an indefinite hiatus of my live streams to allow myself to focus on recovery so I can hopefully contribute in a positive society. The problem you're going to have with this, though, is there is nothing he can do from here. He's effectively an EDP 445, and that's it. It's over for him. Whatever recovery, whatever plan he can come up with, all I can say is he's absolutely doomed. The only thing he can do at this point in time is get a lawyer involved to help mitigate his damages, to help lower it, to perhaps maybe even get himself a plea deal of some sort, and then take it from there, maybe with the government or whatever it is. If he tries to fight this case in court, which probably is where it's going to end up, it's going to be very bad for him because the evidence against him is quite damning. My own personal view, I'm giving this as a lawyer. Normally with something like this, you take your client, you tell him, look, man, you're going to have to confess. You're going to have to basically own up to what you did. And the best we can do is if you show that you're willing to cooperate, you're willing to be, maybe you can show them that you're a changed person and what you did was a mistake. You can try to maybe lessen your sentence or whatever it is. And I'll be honest with you, like 90% of the time, it never works. You normally just get the full book thrown at you. But it's just like a way of, I don't know, reassuring your client that the best thing you can do is to confess. Usually when they draw this type of stuff out and it goes into trial, all sorts of investigations get done. Your service providers, your internet service providers get subpoenaed. They normally have to hand over your network traffic. All sorts of investigations can be done. And if it's found that you were lying about this, the consequences of that are even worse. And to be quite frank with you, even like looking here on X as well, as a reply from Madam Savvy, why would you admit to it being called child-related? The FBI needs to investigate this to see if you had actual CP and what all shit you've downloaded. And to be quite frank with you, here we go. Another one, Sug. 30 days of rehab, you need to be in jail for 30 years. Man convicted of R tells victim story, y'all. My bad. It's one of those situations where people have effectively already made the decision. They've already judged him, and I don't know what else to say to this man besides the fact that his life is completely over. There is nothing that he can do. He cannot recover from this, and that's it. His career is over. His life is over. If he's got enough money to just keep himself sustained until after he gets out of prison, good for him. But unfortunately, this is where the road ends, I would think. If he does escape this, the only way I can see him doing that is if he were to somehow hand over credible information to like the authorities, which leads to the arrest of people who are bigger or higher up in the chain of distribution regarding CSAM material. So effectively what I'm saying is, if he can reveal the identity of the people who have supplied him with this stuff, as well as the people who have been basically distributing this on a global scale, maybe it leads to the arrest of several high profile individuals who have been basically dodging the law, or whoever the FBI is already trying to find. He might be able to wiggle a deal and get something out of this But as far as a criminal conviction goes, chances are it's basically guaranteed unless law enforcement chooses to completely ignore it and look the other way. So with that being said, guys, I'm out of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. That's just my own take on the situation. I hope to see you here for the next one. Until then, like, subscribe, do all the other fun stuff. Comment down below what you think, and I'll see you next time. Until then, you have a good day. Goodbye.